Nice.
Don't be this guy. So for the first tip, we actually have to go back in time because it all starts with good preparation. The first tip is to do some research before you actually go out and shoot. For that, go on Instagram and type in the car you're gonna shoot. Take a look at the pictures people take, get some inspiration. That's also very helpful if it's a car you aren't familiar with. This way, you can maybe see some hidden details on the car you otherwise would have missed. But don't just straight up copy these shots you see. Just get some inspiration and also try to get some shots you don't really see a lot of on Instagram. This way, your picture's gonna look different and stand out more. So the second tip is for your location. Before you actually go out and shoot, think of what style of pictures do you want. Do you want like an urban background or maybe nature and maybe something else? So think of locations that fit those styles. What's also very important is to scout out the locations before you go there with the car. That's especially important if it's not your car you're shooting. This way you get a feeling for the location and see if it's actually good or not. And you can also walk around the location and think of shots you want to take. Tip number 3 is actually to combine tip 1 and 2. The way you want to do that is make a list on your phone or maybe a piece of paper and write down every shot you want to take. This way you don't forget details and shots you want to take. Now that we are prepared, let's go out and actually shoot the car. Try to avoid direct sunlight because as you can see, cars are basically massive mirrors, and the less direct sunlight, the less reflections. As you can see, most of the reflections are in the windows, which leads me to my next tip. And that is to use a circular polarizer or CPL. This filter threads in front of your lens and cuts out the reflections in pretty much everything. This is especially useful for car photography. This is a picture with a CPL and this is one without. So as you can see, you should really use one. Tip number 6 is to change your perspective. Because when you think about it, most of the time when you see a car, it's from eye level. So when you change your perspective by going high or low, it's gonna look different than from what you're used to. And if something looks different, it's gonna stand out more. Tip number 7 is to not overdo it with your aperture. This lens is capable of shooting at a f1.8 aperture. That doesn't mean you should use it, because when you shoot at f1.8, the front of the car is going to be perfectly in focus, but the back is not. So a better aperture to choose is at around f3 to f4. That way, the whole car is in focus. Tip number 8 is to be aware of your background. For example, when I want to shoot this part of the car, if I'm going to take a shot like this, right here, this stain on the wall is going to be in the shot, and that's not what you want. In this case, that's not that big of a problem because the background is very simple, so you can edit that out very easily. If you have something in the background that you don't want and you can't easily edit out, then you have a problem. Or if that thing is easy to edit out but casts a reflection on the car, then you have a problem too. So be aware of your surroundings and place the car in a way that you don't have something in the background that you can't remove in post. Tip number 9? Tip number 9 is to use foreground. For example, you can shoot through something like this here, take some pictures, and frame the car with your foreground. But don't overdo it, because if you have too much foreground in your picture, it's going to take away from your subject and take up too much space in your frame. That way, the viewer will be more focused on your foreground than your subject. Tip number 10 is to move the car around. Don't just park it here, use the space. For example, I have a lot of space here at this parking place, so I can use it, and you really should use it. And if it's not your car, and you have to ask the owner to move the car all the time, don't be afraid, because the owner is here with you to take pictures of their car. And if they can help you with it, most of them are happy to do so. So don't be afraid to ask them, move the car around, change things up. Tip number 11 is to experiment around. Take like 1,000 shots from every single angle you can think of. And if you don't like them, you can just simply delete them. We live in a digital age where you can take like 5,000 photos in like an hour. So use that. Take pictures from every angle possible. If you don't like them, just delete them. But if you take them, then you have them. The last tip won't have a number, because for me, this is the most important one. And that is to have fun. Don't stress yourself. I tend to do that, and I tend to stress myself out because I'm thinking like, what if the shots don't turn out as I want them to? What if this, what if that? And oh no, my edits don't look as good as the edits from this and that guy. Don't think about that. Just have fun. Have fun doing it. Be creative. Practice makes perfect. So practice. And in the end, every shot is gonna be better than the one before. But just have fun, enjoy yourself, and that's it. I hope you liked the video.